The auditing and assurance framework establishes the conceptual and regulatory foundation governing modern assurance services. As business transactions become increasingly global, digital, and complex, assurance engagements extend well beyond traditional financial statement audits to include sustainability reporting, cybersecurity, internal controls, ESG reporting, and future-oriented information. The International Framework for Assurance Engagements provides a globally consistent structure that enhances confidence in information used by investors, regulators, and other stakeholders by establishing common principles for assurance engagements. Assurance environment. Assurance services are independent professional engagements designed to improve the reliability and credibility of information used for decision-making. While auditing represents the most familiar form of assurance, it constitutes only one subset of a broader assurance profession that includes reviews of financial information and assurance engagements over non-financial subject matter such as sustainability reports, greenhouse gas emissions, internal controls, and business performance indicators. The framework defines an assurance engagement as one in which a practitioner obtains sufficient appropriate evidence to express a conclusion that enhances users' confidence regarding an underlying subject matter evaluated against suitable criteria. Internationalization of auditing. Globalization has transformed auditing into an international profession characterized by multinational clients, cross-border investments, and harmonized professional standards. The development of international auditing and assurance pronouncements by global standard setters promotes consistency in audit quality and comparability of assurance services across jurisdictions. International coordination among regulatory bodies enhances investor confidence and facilitates international capital markets by ensuring that assurance engagements follow common professional principles regardless of location. The International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board, IAASB, International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants, IESBA, and International Forum of Independent Audit Regulators, IFIR, collectively shape the international assurance environment. Regulation of auditing in Australia. Australia adopts an internationally harmonized auditing framework while incorporating legislative requirements unique to its regulatory environment. Oversight is shared among several institutions, including the Financial Reporting Council, FRC, Australian Securities and Investments Commission, ASIC, Auditing and Assurance Standards Board, AUASB, Accounting Professional and Ethical Standards Board, APESB, and professional accounting bodies such as CPA Australia and Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand. ASIC supervises auditor registration, independence requirements, and audit quality inspections, while the AUASB issues Australian auditing standards that closely align with international standards on auditing but include additional Australian-specific requirements where necessary. Regulation of auditing in New Zealand. New Zealand similarly adopts international auditing principles through the External Reporting Board, XRB, and the New Zealand Auditing and Assurance Standards Board, NZOASB. The Financial Markets Authority, FMA, regulates auditors and audit firms through licensing, quality reviews, and oversight responsibilities. Strategic objectives emphasize harmonization with both international standards and Australian auditing standards, supporting trans-Tasman consistency in audit practice and assurance quality. Assurance Engagement Framework. The International Framework for Assurance Engagements provides the conceptual basis for all assurance engagements by defining ethical requirements, quality management standards, engagement types, reporting responsibilities, and the essential elements of assurance work. The framework itself is not a performance standard but provides guidance supporting the application of international standards on auditing, ISAs, international standards on review engagements, ISREs, and international standards on assurance engagements, ICEs. Ethical principles. Professional ethics underpin the credibility of assurance services. Assurance practitioners must comply with fundamental ethical principles including integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, confidentiality, and professional behavior. The IESBA Code adopts a conceptual framework requiring practitioners to identify, evaluate, and address threats to ethical compliance by eliminating or reducing those threats to an acceptable level, thereby preserving auditor independence and public confidence. Quality control standards. Quality management systems ensure that assurance engagements consistently comply with professional standards and regulatory requirements. Effective quality control incorporates leadership commitment, ethical culture, personnel competence, engagement performance monitoring, and continuous improvement. Audit quality depends not only upon technical procedures but also upon governance, communication among stakeholders, and appropriate professional judgment throughout the engagement process. Description of assurance engagements. Assurance engagements involve evaluating or measuring subject matter against established criteria and expressing an independent conclusion to enhance users' confidence. Assurance may relate to historical financial information, prospective financial information, sustainability reporting, internal controls, compliance, or operational performance, reflecting the expanding scope of modern assurance practice. Attestation and direct engagements. An attestation engagement occurs when a responsible party measures the underlying subject matter and presents the resulting information, while the practitioner provides assurance on that information. In a direct engagement, the practitioner performs the measurement or evaluation directly before expressing an assurance conclusion. Both approaches follow the same conceptual framework but differ in responsibility for preparing the subject matter information. Reasonable and limited assurance engagements. Reasonable assurance engagements, such as statutory financial statement audits, require extensive evidence gathering to reduce engagement risk to an acceptably low level and provide a positive conclusion. Limited assurance engagements, such as reviews, involve less extensive procedures and provide a negative form of conclusion indicating that nothing has come to the practitioner's attention suggesting material misstatement. Limited assurance therefore provides lower confidence than reasonable assurance while requiring fewer procedures and less evidence. Scope and elements of an assurance engagement. The framework applies exclusively to assurance engagements and excludes consulting, taxation, agreed-upon procedures, and compilation engagements where no assurance conclusion is expressed. Every assurance engagement contains 5 essential elements: a 3-party relationship involving practitioner, responsible party, and intended users, an appropriate underlying subject matter, suitable evaluation criteria, sufficient appropriate evidence, and a written assurance report communicating the practitioner's conclusion. Together, these elements establish the conceptual structure supporting high-quality assurance engagements across financial and non-financial reporting environments.